Hello and good evening, everyone. 57 people are here already. I need to get my shit together quick. All right, all right. We have a really special guest tonight on Grow Fam TV. We've got Siir Steve-O coming up to visit with us. We are, I couldn't find a 1 gallon pot, but I am going to plant some garlic locks for the 1 gallon challenge, but mine might be in quarts instead of gallons, and that's okay. I haven't rolled a joint yet, and that's not what I really like the taste of, so I'm not even going to smoke it. I'll get my shit together here and roll one in a minute. But let's first bring Siir Steve-O up onto the stage, and we have a very special video to watch tonight. Hello, Siir Steve-O.
How you doing tonight, Nancy? Thank you so much for having me as a guest tonight. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and coming on. We've got a little over here in the kitchen on the plant cam. We got a little demonstration set up. I'm going to show you how I'm doing my little garlic locks. And then we're going to have a video.
All right.
So we have an exciting first half of the show tonight.
Absolutely.
There's so many comments. I can't even go back and see them all. What's up, Ash? How are you tonight?
How's it going, brother?
Hey, Chelsea. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Jess, the tagger of the night.
Oh, boy, Jess.
With the followers. Hey, another YouTube viewer. We even got Grow Fam YouTube. We got Nancy on YouTube. I'm everywhere. Hey, Jessica.
I love your background. You've got all sorts of cool little things behind you.
Oh, yeah, I got a new table, and I set it all up. It's got, like, the big pipes in case we want to smoke.
Holy smokes! Look at that thing.
It's even got a little bud in it. It's ready to light up. You don't have to fill it all the way. You can just put a little bit.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I should break this bud up a little if I want it to burn.
You need to break that out at one of your events one of these days.
I take it to all the events. I take it to the booth, and I take it to concerts if I know the band.
DJ wants to know if you're still coming to Minnesota in October.
Yes, the middle of October, the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th.
Awesome. That's great.
And if somebody wants to tag Kenneth Llanos, I'm going to be in Hawaii.
What?
In Maui. I'm going to go out there in January from the 19th until like the 25th or 26th, something like that.
Holy smokes.
Man, there's so many people on here already. 72 people. Hey, Max. Hey, DJ. Hey, Kimberly, Deborah, Chelsea. Wow. So many people in here. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Jonathan.
Kim's here, too. Kim Axtell. Maui Wowie.
Man, hi, Jasper. Crystal's in here. Hey, Crystal. I just sent you a package.
Is this your first trip to Hawaii you've ever went?
Yes, this is going to be my first trip to Hawaii ever.
My mom went back in the 70s, and she actually got to meet Don Ho, if you can believe it.
Oh, that was back in the day. She probably went to a real luau and everything.
Yep.
Jessie said she missed your show the other day. Maybe you do a quick rundown of what you were doing.
Well, we actually had to postpone my Thursday night show this week because StreamYard wasn't ending the old lives. We did a test and everything, and
I remember that. The other live just kept going and kept going. It wouldn't quit.
Yeah. It took us till yesterday to fix it. Yeah.
Hey, Tom. Tom's getting ready to move. He's moving to Columbia. So I'll be visiting Columbia after he gets moved.
Wow. There was a lot of good strains coming out of Columbia, right?
Yes, yes. Hashtag save the beard, Siir Steve-O.
Yeah.
The hashtag is save the beard. There's a save the beard campaign out there.
It'll grow back.
Well, first, before I forget, because I'm so far behind, and there's only 3 days left if you are in the 1 gallon challenge for the Garly Locks. You only have 3 days left to plant a seed.
Oh.
So I'm going to go ahead and plant one today. Actually, a couple because I don't have a 1 gallon. Let me go ahead and add this up here to the stage.
You got to unmute your mic on the plant cam.
Hello, hello. Now I'm back with sound.
Now you're
Let me
back.
scooch this up a little bit closer so people can see what's going on here. All right, so I've got the AC Infinity base here with the little ropes, and I filled up 3 pots that are probably maybe not even a quart. I'm not sure what size these are. But because I didn't put the string in first, I'm having to stick it in there with a barbecue skewer.
Oh, that's a good
idea. Going, this one's holes aren't open, so that's a good thing to know. I wouldn't get no drainage in this pot. See how they're shut?
Yep.
All right.
There
and that's
we go.
a good thing to always check that your pots, because they're machine made, and sometimes those holes do not get done.
Yep.
So we shove it up once, grab it again, shove it up a second time. And that's going to be good for that. Now I'm going to soak it down with the water. If you can see the sink. I'm going to put water in the top of it.
Okay. Have you tested the pH of your tap water yet?
You know, I never care anymore.
Oh, okay. Mine comes out right at 7.0, right on the nose, so I don't have to use much to bring it down.
I haven't tested the pH in so long. I add a lot of good microbes to the situation, and they keep the pH in check.
Oh, yeah.
If you add fungus and bacteria at a ratio.
DJ.
I don't want to overfill this because I won't be able to carry it around.
Oh, yeah. It'll get heavy on you.
I do want just a bit more on the top of that one.
There you go. Use your sprayer.
So good and wet. Just so it's good and wet. Now I've spilled some water, so it's a good thing I've already got some napkins here. Okay, so all I'm going to do to these is give them a second to drain a little bit. I'm going to go grab some mycorrhizae.
Oh, you add it in yourself. Mine comes in my Pro Mix that I use.
Oh, it's right over here on the counter. I forgot where I left it. Yes.
See, you have all this space now, Nancy.
A large bag of mycorrhizae around. This one is Plant Success Organics Soluble Mycorrhizae.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't matter what brand it is. I just always make sure I have some.
Yep.
And then I'm not going to really make a hole. I'm going to make a dent. Just a dent.
I don't think you can hear me, though, can you?
I can hear you a little bit.
Oh, okay. There you go. Now, do you want to explain?
I got my sound turned down. Let me turn the sound back up. I didn't want to get an echo earlier. So I'm just making a dent in the soil, a couple of spots. And I'm going to go ahead and put like 3 in each of these. And whoever pops up and gets big first wins.
Yeah.
Because it's pick of the litter here. We're trying to get best in show.
Now, do you want to explain to everybody what mycorrhiza is and why it's a beneficial fungus?
Why don't you do that while I'm putting them in here?
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to try to do that. I've got some in the cup, and I'm just going to fill each one of these little holes with some powder.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, mycorrhiza.
There's really only the one that benefits cannabis, but there's many different types, and they're for different plants. So when you're buying it, you don't have to buy the one that has 50 kinds in it. But this one comes, let me get it up there, comes with a whole bunch of different endomycorrhizae. But the one that we really want, I believe, is the Glomus introdecies.
Ooh,
I think
technical.
introdecies is the one you need for cannabis. And then this bag also comes, so it comes with this many different funguses, but it comes with this many different bacterias.
Oh,
So I want all these bacillus and paenibacillus and pseudomonas, and yeah, I want all of those. Trichoderma, uh, Saccharomyces. Yeah, I want a good blend of fungus and bacteria, because if you only have one or the other, you'll throw your pH off.
yeah. I mean, there is a symbiotic relationship for sure going on.
There is, and it's 60-40, 70-30. You want bacterially dominant soil for cannabis, so you want your mix to have a little more bacteria than it does fungus.
Hmm.
And this mix definitely does.
Yeah, I use the Pro Mix, and I believe it's BX, and it comes with the mycorrhiza in it and the
The
antifungal.
HP.
Oh, HP, that's what it was. Yeah, HP, that's what I bought.
HP is the one with the mycorrhizae. Yeah, I'm doing one paonia right here with the raised bed mix and 2 of the bioflowers again. I've been, to do an experiment, you can't just grow something one time and go, oh, well, that was the better one. No, you got to be able to recreate it. If you cannot recreate your results, those are not results.
Yeah. Would you suggest people using a grow diary to keep track of these types of things?
I get a yearly calendar and write one calendar for each grow area. So if you have like a bloom tent and you have a veg tent, you'll need 2 different calendars. You'll need one for each area where you have plants and one for outdoors if you have it. And then you write down your planting days, your strain names, how many plants you put out there, anything you add to it, food, fertilizer wise, amendment wise, nutrient wise, anything that you pour on it, you write it on the calendar, because when you have a problem, most of the time you can go back to your calendar and say, what did I put on here 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And then go back and look and be like, oh, yeah, that's the day that I thought using, a half more, 50% more fish emulsion was going to be beneficial. Well, it wasn't. It messed stuff up. Yeah. So it'll teach you where you screwed up, because normally if you put a plant in the dirt and give it any kind of fertilizer, it'll grow.
Sure.
It's us putting more and more stuff on it, we end up with lockouts because we have too much of one nutrient and not another. All these different nutrients are electrically charged. So if you end up with a bunch of negatively charged nutrients in your soil and no positive ions, you're screwed.
Right. That's why growing organic is so important, in my opinion.
Yeah. So if you grow organically, and these are both organic soils right here, so I don't have to add anything to them. I can add CalMag and some terp teas, or a little microbe boost here and there, some molasses water or something occasionally. But I'm not going to be adding anything to these, and I'm not going to move these just yet. But while we do have the mobile camera going, we're going to do the check-in on the plant that's in late flower.
Yes. All right.
Go give it
DJ was asking, people in your group are asking about the rules for your 1 gallon grow off, if you want to tell them about that.
All you got to do is have a Garlilock seed and use a 1 gallon container. It doesn't matter if you do it hydroponic or in soil. You can have a little reservoir. Robbie's built himself a tiny little 1 gallon bubble bucket. A couple of guys, Derek, I think, built a 1 gallon hydro setup for it. Oh, I didn't mean to turn my camera off. But I'm trying to figure out how to turn it around. Here we go.
There it is. You should turn it sideways. You get a better picture too. There you go.
So
Oh, wow. Look at those.
Our lady that's turning into the late flower.
Man. I have never seen autoflowers as beautiful as yours, Nancy. You definitely take the cake.
Well, that's just the little bitty one there. She didn't grow very big.
Well, the buds are beautiful, though. You know,
The buds are beautiful. And there's two more in this tent I wanted to show. This right here, it's really better if I go the other direction because these are so tall. This one right here is the orange rum dosey dub. And then these right here, these little fat babies are the Foster's Funk Testers. Aren't they looking funky?
Yes, they are. Very healthy, very green.
They're looking super funky already. Yeah.
You have Dr. Manhattan in there, or is she still vegging?
No, Dr. Manhattan is already released.
Oh, okay.
So this is that group in that tent is all oranges. That's why the orange rum dosey dub is up in there.
Ah, yum.
Because that one is all for the oranges, and for the other room we're doing the sours.
So what are you gonna?
These are the fast photos.
Oh.
And these are going in the orange group as well. I need to flip these to flower so they can get the tail end of the orange pollen.
So what is the criteria that you will be basing your judging on then? Like height?
We always pick a pollen donor that we've already grown out a few times that we really, really like. And then in this room, I'm just going to show you one.
Oh, yeah.
This one right here.
Oh, boy.
And that's the Dark Jedi, and it ends up in a lot of our runs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
This one's super frosty.
Oh, jeez. Look at them stacking up like crazy.
Yeah. There's a branch hiding in the back over here, too. Look at that one.
What?
And it's hiding in a bush.
Oh, wow.
Over there hiding in a bush.
That's awesome, man. You know, having all this room now, being out of your trailer, has made such a huge impact for you, hasn't it? You got all this room.
Yeah. Personally, for like being able to walk around and everything, it's been huge.
Got your
all right, let me get off this camera and I'll get back on the other one.
For sure. What's up, Ash? How's it going, brother?
I miss all the comments when I'm on that other one.
Yep. I was bringing them up when they pertained.
So DJ, the judging is going to be based on whoever in Grow 420 Meds thinks you're going to be. You can only like one of them. We'll put them all on a post, and whichever one gets the most likes, loves, is the winner on the 1 gallon challenge.
Okay. So
it's always full disclosure and judging through the group. You can click on it and see who liked what. Yeah. Everybody can see who did what, and whether somebody liked more than one, you'll know. I'm the only one that's allowed to like them all.
Yeah.
I can give them all a like. That way they all at least have one. But after that, it's voting. You vote for the one you want by putting one like on one of the entries. And there's going to be quite a few entries. After the 10th, we'll do a post for an update, and we'll know exactly how many people got started by the 10th.
Yeah. So likes are a vote, basically.
Likes are a vote, but you can only vote for one. And we might even do some votes throughout it, when they start we might do a best veg plant vote, or first frost might win a prize. We'll do a couple of different strange prizes throughout the contest to make it more fun. Yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of the website. So
Congratulations.
woohoo, we're 1 year old now.
Eh?
We made it a year, which means I have to repay for all the one-time fees that I had to pay in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
So I did a sale and it ended last night. And then there's still a buy one, get one for the whole weekend. It's good till tomorrow night at midnight. You have to use the code BOGOME, all one word, BOGOME, in the coupon section, and you'll get buy one, get one. You'll get double your order. But it's only for people who know about it and use the code.
Right. Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, thank you, Dustin. I'm sure you're going to find them all to be quite delicious. We're really, really picky about what stuff we work with. Oh, she's day 49. Yeah, Dr. Manhattan's probably getting ready to do her thing. I've got a bunch that are just stinking up the house. In that one room there, I've got some of the double Durban THCV, and it smells so much like Durban that it's even making the like 3 plants that are around it smell like Durban. When I lean over to smell them, I still smell the Durban next door. It's putting it off.
That's awesome. Yeah, we definitely love our terpenes, don't we, Nancy?
Man, it's all about the terpenes. All about the terpenes. Yep. BOGOME is the coupon code at the website, nancysone.com. You got the stopwatch Garly Locks going. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, well, we got 90 people in here. 92 now.
Nice.
So we're gonna go ahead and play our feature. And I hope that you'll sit and watch it, Siir Steve-O.
I will.
I've seen it probably 100 times. So I'm gonna grab a quick smoke, but I watch this video and then we're gonna have a discussion afterwards. And I think the question for this video is when you're done watching it is I want to know if it changed the way you think about plants. If it didn't change the way you think about plants, say no, I still think the same way about plants. If it did change the way you think about plants, I want you to let me know after you watch this.
Absolutely.
I'm a neuroscientist, and I'm the co-founder of Backyard Brains. And our mission is to train the next generation of neuroscientists by taking graduate-level neuroscience research equipment and making it available for kids in middle schools and high schools. And so when we go into the classroom, one way to get them thinking about the brain, which is very complex, is to ask them a very simple question about neuroscience, and that is, what has a brain? When we ask that, students will instantly tell you that their cat or dog has a brain, and most will say that a mouse or even a small insect has a brain, but almost nobody says that a plant or a tree or a shrub has a brain. And so when you push, and because this could actually help describe a little bit how the brain actually functions, so you push and say, well, what is it that makes living things have brains versus not? And often they'll come back with the classification that things that move tend to have brains. And that's absolutely correct. I mean, our nervous system evolved because it is electrical. It's fast. So we can quickly respond to stimuli in the world and move if we need to. But you can go back and push back on the student. You say, well, you say that plants don't have brains, but plants do move. Anyone who's grown a plant has noticed that the plant will move and face the sun. But they'll say, but that's a slow movement, that doesn't count. That could be a chemical process. But what about fast-moving plants? Now, in 1760, Arthur Dobbs, the royal governor of North Carolina, made a pretty fascinating discovery. In the swamps behind his house, he found a plant that would spring shut every time a bug would fall in between it. And he called this plant the flytrap. And within a decade, it made its way over to Europe, where eventually the great Charles Darwin got to study this plant. And this plant absolutely blew him away. He called it the most wonderful plant in the world. This is a plant that was an evolutionary wonder. This is a plant that moves quickly, which is rare. And it's a plant that's carnivorous, which is also rare. And it's in the same plant. But I'm here today to tell you that's not even the coolest thing about this plant. The coolest thing is that the plant can count. So in order to show that, we have to get some vocabulary out of the way. So I'm going to do what we do in the classroom with students. We're going to do an experiment on electrophysiology, which is the recording of the body's electrical signals, either coming from neurons or from muscles. And I'm put some electrodes here on my wrists, and as I hook them up, we're going to be able to see a signal on the screen here. And this signal may be familiar to you. It's called the EKG, or the electrocardiogram. And this is coming from neurons in my heart that are firing what's called action potentials. Potential meaning voltage, and action meaning it moves quickly up and down, which causes my heart to fire, which then causes the signal that you see here. And so I want you to remember the shape of what we're going to be looking at right here, because this is going to be important. So this is a way that the brain encodes information in the form of an action potential. So now let's turn to some plants. So I'm going to first introduce you to the mimosa, not the drink, but the Mimosa pudica. And this is a plant that's found in Central America and South America, and it has behaviors. And the first behavior I'm going to show you is if I touch the leaves here, you get to see that the leaves tend to curl up. And then the second behavior is if I tap the leaf, the entire branch seems to fall down. So why does it do that? It's not really known to science. One of the reasons why could be that it scares away insects, or it looks less appealing to herbivores. But how does it do that? Now that's interesting. We can do an experiment to find out. So what we're going to do now, just like I recorded the electrical potential from my body, we're going to record the electrical potential from this plant right here, this mimosa. And so what we're going to do is I've got a wire wrapped around the stem, and I've got the ground electrode where? In the ground. It's an electrical engineering joke. All right. So all right. So I'm going to go ahead and tap the leaf here, and I want you to look at the electrical recording that we're going to see inside the plant. Whoa, it's so big. I got to scale it down. All right. So what is that? That is an action potential that's happening inside the plant. Why was it happening? Because it wanted to move, right? And so when I hit the touch receptors, it sent a voltage all the way down to the end of the stem, which caused it to move. And now in our arms, we would move our muscles, but in the plant doesn't have muscles. What it has are water inside the cells. And when the voltage hits it, it opens up, releases the water, changes the shape of the cells, and the leaf falls. Okay, so here we see an action potential encoding information to move, all right? But can it do more? So let's going to find out. We're going to go to our good friend, the Venus flytrap here. And we're going to take a look at what happens inside the leaf when a fly lands on here. So I'm going to pretend to be a fly right now. And here's my Venus flytrap. And inside the leaf, you're going to notice that there are 3 little hairs here, and those are trigger hairs. And so when a fly lands, I'm going to touch one of the hairs right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What do we get? We get a beautiful action potential. However, the flytrap doesn't close. And to understand why that is, we need to know a little bit more about the behavior of the flytrap. Number one is that it takes a long time to open the traps back up, about 24 to 48 hours if there's no fly inside of it. And so it takes a lot of energy. And number two, it doesn't need to eat that many flies throughout the year. It only needs to eat a handful. It gets most of its energy from the sun. It's just trying to replace some nutrients in the ground with the flies. And the third thing is it only opens, then closes the traps a handful of times until that trap dies. So therefore, it wants to make really darn sure that there's a meal inside of it before the fly trap snaps shut. So how does it do that? It counts the number of seconds between successive touching of those hairs. And so the idea is that there's a high probability if there's a fly inside of there, that they're going to be quick together. And so when it gets the first action potential, it starts counting 1, 2, and if it gets to 20 and it doesn't fire again, then it's not going to close. But if it does it within there, then the fly trap will close. So we're going to go back now. I'm going to touch the Venus flytrap again. I've been talking for more than 20 seconds. So we can see what happens when I touch the hair a second time. So what do we get? We get a second action potential, but again, the leaf doesn't close. So now if I go back in there, and then if I'm a fly moving around, I'm going to be touching the leaf a few times. I'm going to go and brush it a few times. And immediately the fly trap closes. So here we're seeing the fly trap actually doing a computation. It's determining if there's a fly inside the trap, and then it closes. So let's go back to our original question. Do plants have brains? Well, the answer is no. There's no brains in here. There's not no axons, no neurons. It doesn't get depressed. It doesn't want to know what the Tiger score is. It doesn't have self-actualization problems. But what it does have is something that's very similar to us, which is the ability to communicate using electricity. It just uses slightly different ions than we do, but it's actually doing the same thing. So just to show you the ubiquitous nature of these action potentials, we saw it in the Venus flytrap. We've seen an action potential in the mimosa. We've even seen an action potential in a human. Now, this is the euro of the brain. It's the way that all information is passed. And so what we can do is we can use those action potentials to pass information between species of plants. And so this is our interspecies plant-to-plant communicator. And what we've done is we've created a brand new experiment where we're going to record the action potential from a Venus flytrap, and we're going to send it into the sensitive mimosa. So I want you to recall what happens when we touch the leaves of the mimosa. It has touch receptors that are sending that information back down in the form of an action potential. And so what would happen if we took the action potential from the Venus flytrap and sent it into all the stems of the mimosa? We should be able to create the behavior of the mimosas without actually touching it ourselves. And so if you allow me, I'm going to go ahead and trigger this mimosa right now by touching on the hairs of the Venus flytrap. So we're going to send information about touch from one plant to another. So there you see it. So I hope you learned a little bit something about plants today. And not only that, you learned that plants can be used to help teach neuroscience and bring along the neuro revolution.
Does anybody think differently about their plants today?
My mind's boggled. I never would have thought that situation at the ending there, where he's transferred the energy or information from one plant to trigger the other plant. Now, there's something that we don't understand yet.
Well, that's something that happens all the time with mycorrhizal fungi. So when you're in a forest of trees and the roots are all connected by mycorrhizae, if a bug infestation hits one, starts coming in, it sends out a message through the fungi to the whole network to let them know we need help. So you need to attract beneficial insects, and you need to put up your defenses, and you need to change your chemical structure so you won't be tasty to this particular bug.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's great.
Plants talk to each other. But the fact that they can distinguish time blows my mind. Talking to each other is not a big deal. We talk to each other. But the fact that they're not conscious, but I don't know. Maybe we don't know enough.
Yeah. We definitely need to be learning more about this because, the vast network of fungi that covers everything as it is, microscopically everywhere. Can you imagine if they were able to start manipulating and using that for health?
Right. And Mike's right. Plants do also communicate using VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds. And your terpenes are volatile. Anything that burns off quickly or changes quickly is going to be a volatile compound. So all your terpenes, and when plants are under certain stress, they'll send out lots of terpenes. So that's why they say don't water your plant and leave it in the dark. It's because it'll get stressed out and just start screaming for help in the form of terpenes.
Yeah, definitely. We've been talking a lot more about THCV and, the double Durban. I actually have some double Durban, as a matter of fact. And I have just been so impressed with its ability to let me be medicated without being tired. And that is the biggest thing that I like about it, you know?
Oh, 100%. The fact that it gives you motivation to get up and get stuff done. But for Oregon CBD to be able to isolate and turn it into or not isolate, but selectively through selective breeding with the plants that had the most of it, the plants that had the most of it, the plants that had the most of it, they've been able to get it up to a 1-to-1. And it's never been more than a very minor compound. And now they've got it up to a major cannabinoid.
Yep.
I've got a short. I've got a short, if I can get it on here, that I watched. But it was not the best one. But I want the little short one. That's not it either. I have to go back to the beginning. All right. She's insisting. It's going to be this one.
Okay. Fantastic Fungi. That was a good one.
Yes, and so I've watched a bunch of really great movies about like the fungal forests and different plants. David Attenborough had a great series with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Lo with Very Heal. We all know that cannabis is chock full of cannabinoids like THC and CBD and much more. But today, we're going to put THCV in the spotlight. So, what is THCV? THCV is tetrahydrocannabivarin. This cannabinoid is fascinating because it produces much of the same effects as both THC and CBD. THCV is known to leave people feeling energized, motivated, alert, and euphoric. But with that, it's also useful medicinally and has neuroprotective qualities. So let's explore. THCV is molecularly similar to THC, but it doesn't leave you feeling quite the same way that THC does. In fact, quite like CBD, THCV can lessen the severity of effects from THC. Instead of stimulating the appetite like THC, THCV acts as an appetite suppressant, which makes it great for those who want to lose weight. It also produces anticonvulsant effects, which makes it great for those suffering from seizure disorders and conditions like Alzheimer's. Even more interesting, research has shown that THCV actually stimulates bone growth, which makes it suitable for treating degenerative bone disorders like osteoporosis. THCV can actually stabilize and manage blood sugar levels, which is great for someone who's suffering from diabetes or a glucose or insulin condition. And just a heads up, if you use a vaporizer, do know that THCV has a higher boiling point than THC, so be sure to turn up the heat. THCV can be found in popular strains like Durban Poison, Willie Nelson, and Jack the Ripper. But don't rely on strains alone. Be sure to ask your bud tender to show lab results that indicate the percentage of THCV. New things are constantly being discovered about cannabis and the many benefits it can do for us. THCV is just one of many. So go ahead and like this video and give us a follow at Very Heal for more cannabis education. This is Lo, signing out.
Yeah, I have I've read about the effects that it has on weight loss. They call it nature's Ozempic, because instead of it giving you the munchies, it makes it easier for you to control wanting to eat when you're not hungry and things of that sort. And, THCV, it's not that it's psychoactive itself, it actually works in synergy, with that entourage effect along with the other cannabinoids in the plant, so.
Yes. And it's much better as a whole plant medicine. Wendy said she can't find THCV. You can find it. They have the synthesized version in gummies and all sorts of things. But really what you want to do is you want to grow your own medicine. So I do have the Auto Double Durban THCV seeds that got released last Friday for the anniversary of the website.
Yeah, and they can use that GrowFam15 code and get that whopping discount that you're so generous to give our viewers. That's great.
Yeah, if they do it today, they can use the BOGO
BOGO.
Me and get 2 packs for the price of one. The first price will be the one you order. The other one will be random.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, Mike. It's like with any other cannabinoid. You know, people react differently to different ones.
Well, and many medicines are the same way.
That's right.
People don't all react the same way to
Right.
medicines. Oh, locomotives in the house.
Yeah, some people won't have any side effects from a pharmaceutical, and other people will have severe side effects. So yeah, it just depends on you. What's up, Locomotive? How you doing, brother?
Woo!
Welcome, man.
Who's in here?
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up?
Sorry I'm late. I just wanted to come by for Nancy's 1-year anniversary. Say how
Yeah.
wonderful it's been to know Nancy and work with you over this year and these
Thank
last couple
you.
years. 2 or
Yeah.
3 maybe.
Well, I was like camping at your farm for a long time.
Mhm.
I wasn't going anywhere, so he figured he better help me start a business so he could get me out of his backyard.
Ike Creed's got me this. Some
Well,
miracle mints.
Miracle Mints, nice.
From what I've seen of you guys together, you seem like you're absolutely a wonderful team. Here, let me bring you up. Here, bring that up again. Let's see it. Damn, that's some rosin, right?
Yeah, this is rosin. It's Miracle Mints. I forget where he gets it, but he says it's $20 a gram in Oklahoma City, and
wow.
it tastes great.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
especially for $20. So
I
Yeah.
was back there with the sour papaya watching TV.
I'm gonna have to give him some.
You
of
might
that.
have to go give him a shot of that and see if you can dip in his sour papaya. Oh, that stuff's amazing.
Mhm.
All right, Mike's got a question for you, Locomotive.
Triploid strains. So I've seen the Humboldt Seed Company triploid strains. I've heard that their OG has a little bit of a herm problem, but guys, I think that's just OG, right? I mean, all the OGs
They're all
and
OGs.
all
All
that
the
stuff
OGs.
is
That didn't
bag
come
feed.
from being a triploid. It was already like that.
So what I've seen is some studies saying that triploids are basically the same, but I've seen that they can have like 10% more cannabinoids, 10% more terpenes. But that means if it's like a 25% THC strain,
You'll have 27 and a half.
right, might be 27 and a half. Or let's say you have 3% terps, you might get 3.3. And I've also seen that they could be a little bit more resilient and resistant to diseases and stresses. So I've actually tried to make a triploid strain by making a tetraploid strain using some colchicine. It didn't work out. None of the samples that I sent in tested positive for polyploidy. So we'll have to redo that. That's definitely a step for later, and that's for our outdoor farmers.
20 for a G rosin. Yeah, and that's expensive for here.
Yeah.
Cannabis is very cheap in Oklahoma. We have still more businesses than 3 states combined, and it's very, very competitive, very, very cheap.
Yeah,
To be fair,
my friend Panda, she goes to her dispensary and gets infused pre-rolls for $4 a piece, and they're a gram. So that would be a $40 in Illinois. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep. Yeah, Oklahoma's extra cheap.
to be fair, most rosin I see, the $20 rosin usually is like really dark. This is actually really good for that.
Yeah, that
I
looks
think
great.
usually I'm spending like at least 30. So, but the city has the best deals. It has the most people, the most shops. It's just the center of the state. So he gets a little bit better. We're in a college town down here, so they think we're all bougie.
I go out of town.
That's why we grow our own and we can wash our own and make
Yeah,
it ourselves.
grow our own. I just got a new set of bubble bags, so I'm happy with that.
Oh, nice.
But for those of y'all who were here for the first video, what do you guys think now? Do you think differently about your plants, or do you think the same?
Oh, I definitely think that was great information for sure. It makes me think differently definitely.
So you put out electrical energy as a human being. There's static energy around you. There's energy when you touch your plants.
Yeah.
So it's really important to touch your plants with good intentions and to visit your plants with a positive, bring a positive influence to your plants. Don't go in there when you're all pissed off and start slinging water, and it's not that kind of place. The plants will actually get upset. I've had workers that went through a divorce, and they both worked there. And then when they were getting, we didn't know they were getting a divorce. They knew they were getting a divorce. She was pregnant. It was a horrible situation. But the plants actually just went to shit in the room that they worked. And, it was just all the bad vibes. So it's all about that electrical energy. Make sure your electrical energy is positive.
And it makes you happy too. I mean, even if you're being happy for your plant.
You can go in there when you're sad and they will make you feel better. But I just don't think you should use your plants like that and be codependent on them. I think you should learn how to make yourself feel better first and then go in and visit your plants in a good mood.
Yeah.
That's a better practice.
I'm all depressed.
Because,
I'm all angry, but I'm like, pull it together, loco. We're going in the garden.
Exactly. Leave it all out.
Saying it helps make me happy, even if I'm, oh well.
Well, when you're going to be happy when you go in there, so you might as well cheer up before you hit the door.
I'm pissed and just defoliating, popping big old leaves off.
Yeah.
Schwazed.
In the commercial business, it's easy to get really upset.
Yeah. I can only imagine. Yeah. The most I've ever grown at once was 17 plants. And that was my very first crop that I ever did. And I overdid it. I realized I had way too many.
You way overdid it.
Yeah. I went
some
crazy.
to lose, extras.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the deal. Pick of the litter. I planted some garlilots tonight. I couldn't find a 1 gallon pot, so I used these little quart containers.
Nice.
But they're on the AC Infinity watering base with the little wicks up inside of them. And so I'm gonna grow along with the 1 gallon challenge that we're doing with the garlilots right now. And I've got little bitty ones, but we'll see how big I can pump them up. We'll just see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Auto watering is the cheat code in a small pot.
Auto watering is the cheat code regardless. In a big pot, in a raised bed, in a whole field, it doesn't matter where you're at. Auto watering frees you up to spend time with your plant and pull yellow leaves and put up your trellis and give them support and top them if you need to, or wind them under the net, or all the things that you really need to be hands-on with the plants, instead of when you have too many plants, you're just a hose jockey.
Yeah.
You're just riding that garden hose up and down the row.
And then you want to blast that hose on full blast.
Right. And then all the, you knock all the dirt off the roots. There's a big old divot in it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got so mad at guys for that.
I'm just going to stick my hose in the hole.
Well, because they take the wand off so the water comes out at full pressure and it makes a hole in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, no, you got to use the shower head on the wand to water the plants. But it takes too long.
Yeah.
When you're getting paid by the hour and the greenhouse is 120 degrees, they just want out. They'll do anything to get out of the greenhouse when it's 120 degrees.
Except for wake up at 3 or 4.
Right. Except for come to work early and get it done before it gets too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The auto pot system is really, really cool. I'm loving whether you get something like the self-watering bases, and I can actually do a cheat to that self-watering base. You don't need that. You just need a couple of milk crates and a kiddie pool. And you put milk crates in the kiddie pool, run the rope down into the pool, put a couple of air stones down there, and keep that kiddie pool with 4 or 5 inches of water, and you'll never have to water a plant. You just go in there and fill the kiddie pool once in a while.
Right.
But that doesn't work with these autos. These autos are huge. The Orphan took up an entire 2x4 tent. The one that was in my bedroom.
Just the
it
one?
Really the 4x4 that's coming.
Yeah.
It needs the bigger one. It's a huge plant.
Wow, that's nuts.
The hand water. So when you have auto watering, you still need to go in there and monitor it and make sure that everything's good. So that's the time we use, but we don't have to hold the hose, so we can do other stuff. That's when we can look for bugs. It's really important to inspect for bugs at least once a week. Hang some sticky traps or some fly strips or hang up something sticky and try to monitor when your bug population starts to get out of control. Because you won't notice it until it's like all over the plants. Well, that's way too late.
I mean,
That's
if you
way
want to
too
avoid
late.
it, especially if you're outside,
Whatever
in
it
a
is,
greenhouse or something.
aphids or spider mites.
And it's not weekly. You got to be in there like all day. Not, I mean, at least once or twice a day. But like,
I like to get the microscope on them once a week just to see if there's any poop. Because you
Oh,
might
wow.
not find bug, but you'll find bug poop. Hey, Charles, you're not too late at all. We haven't even done the first giveaway yet. We need 3 more viewers to do the very first giveaway. And tonight's giveaway for Grow Fam TV is going to be a Master Rochi pre-roll and a Grow Fam perma sticker. And if you are the lucky winner, your name's going to go right here.
Awesome.
Sherry, so grow sacks. I assume you mean grow pots, like cloth pots. Is that what you mean?
Cloth pots or the plastic ones?
The
Because
felt
there's
pots?
felt ones, and then there's fabric ones like canvas, and then there's also ones that are like plastic bags.
Yeah.
And I was a big fan of those for a long time commercially.
I've never used the plastic
But
bag.
yes, which one?
The felt pots. Yeah, felt pots are nice. They're good. Cloth pots are good. They have some good aeration. Roots will even grow through them a little bit.
They will.
Yeah.
And the cloth
Yeah.
pot you can go put on top of something like another cloth pot, and the roots will go straight down into it. You can double stack them.
So Ash said she likes her backpack sprayer. Is that like a Petra sprayer or something? I like Petra sprayers. I like the My 3 Sun
Ash.
sprayers.
There's
I like
Ash.
the
The atomizer backpack sprayer from Flow Zone.
nice.
Yeah, I like a nice sprayer, but a fogger seems to work a lot better.
Man, those ones from China were so good, but they're like a 2-stroke engine. It's like a flamethrower, basically.
Mhm.
It's clouds, and it's the biggest, thickest clouds I've seen from any sprayer. But it's like a 2-stroke. It's like a weed eater, kind of. It's like
Yeah.
a weed eater flamethrower.
Hey, you're putting out CO2.
And it's super loud. It sounds like a rocket engine, and it just makes huge, thick clouds. But I gotta service it.
I
gotta
know
take it apart.
they're
Yeah.
thirsty. They don't
It's
want to
from
run.
China. It's like
Can't get parts for them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fix them. But yeah, the fogger is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
For my indoor tent, I use a small reptile fogger to control my humidity in the tent. And it just sits there and runs all the time, and I can almost dial it in perfectly right where I want it. But I can only imagine what one of those backpack ones that you just go crazy with.
Yeah, the big one, man, you like the Terminator with it.
Yeah, right?
I don't know what an iguana fogger is, but if it's just for a terrarium size, I would say probably not. No.
Oh, are we talking about spraying IPM or adjusting humidity? Because SteveO, you're mentioning raising your humidity, right?
Yeah, that's what I use. She says an iguana fogger. Yeah, a reptile fogger. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, we don't add humidity because with the auto watering, we have plenty of it. We take it away.
Oh,
So if you're spraying, you can spray for a few things. So we used to spray like compost tea, and that's a combined food and IPM. It's a beneficial bacteria. Or you can spray, I mean, even just spraying plain water is 80% as effective as spraying any sort of product or anything.
Yes.
Just spraying it with water and annoying the bug and knocking them off the plant.
Make it rain upside down. If it rained upside down in your house every day, you would move too. And stop having children and, start looking for a new mortgage.
So but yeah, spraying for bugs, especially if you're in a greenhouse, it can really help. Like an enzyme or like a green cleaner or something.
I was probably pretty twisted up on dab joints that night. But yes, you can increase CO2 in your grow tent by bringing a partner in there for a romantic encounter. It will most definitely work, but it will raise your humidity. So make sure you turn the dehu up.
So Ayla's asking about the best way to maintain tent heat during the winter. And what I uses a controller. So I have a controller where it controls the light intensity and the speed of my fan. So when it goes over a certain temperature, I have it turn the fan up to start exhausting more
and turn the lights
right,
down.
and that's going to lower the temperature.
And I ordered some fans today, but they have a variable speed controller, but I need the controller that works with the temperature, and will do that for me.
But really, just get your plants to the point where you can jack your light up all the way and turn your fan up all the way. I mean, I guess if you're exchanging your air too much, it might be too cold, and you might have to do touch and go. You can probably find though, like, crank your light all the way up if your plants are old enough to take it. And you want to ramp them up.
If it gets cold enough, get one of those little tiny space heaters, like Grandma and Grandpa's use in their bathroom, and put it in there on a thermostat. And like if they're in a garage or a basement or a place that's prone to get cold in the wintertime, I just use little space heaters on a thermostat.
Yeah,
a little electric space heater never hurt.
Yeah,
and keeps the floor warm.
So Ayla, like, I have problems where I have too many lights in my tents and my tents get too hot. So in the winter, it's perfect, right? Because your light's your heat source. So if you need to heat it anymore, you can get like a space heater or something. Just be careful, especially where water is concerned. Use like a power strip with a surge protector or something,
Yeah, definitely. The humidity and temperature for autos, you just want to stay in that VPD range. And if you Google VPD chart, it's going to show you a wide range of temperatures and humidities. And you just want to stay in the green area. So you could have a really high temperature, or you could have a much lower temperature. As long as you can keep your humidity and temperature in the right levels together, then you're golden. So that's why we want the dehumidifier, basically. And if you have to add humidity to your grow, then that's not a thing.
You got to be careful.
Then
it has
you
to
only
be
have
controlled.
seedlings.
You should use a controller to get it to the level you want, rather than having it on all the time.
Nobody should be adding
on a
humidity.
regular.
Nobody should be adding humidity to their grow.
Usually, if it's sealed, your plants will humidify the space because they're sweating water into the space
constantly.
So they're your humidifier. But
if something's wrong with your plants and their turgor and their pump's not working right, that might be a way to know. If your humidity is not as high as it normally is, maybe your plants are going through some issues.
If your temperature's on point, stays the same, stays constant, you have good circulation. If you look at the VPD chart and it says I can get it here, and you set your humidifier to that level and everything else is going to stay the same, that's fine. I would just I'm never going to get another humidifier in my life. No. But I'm going to get a ton of dehumidifiers.
You couldn't give me a humidifier. I wouldn't take one. If I need humidity in my house, I'll just put a few plants around and there it comes.
You can be at any temperature. You just don't want to be over like 85. You can. Plants will rock outside at 90, 100, 110. If they're water, they'll take any temperature. But indoors, you want to try and keep it below like 85.
If you're not heating your whole house at night, you can use grow lights. Old school grow lights will heat your house in the wintertime. I've used grow lights to heat my house for a long, long time. And you just want to get the old high intensity discharge lights, the ones with the bulb. Even the double-ended ceramic gets real, real warm, those Gavitas, and you can find those for like $25, $50 nowadays. They're cheap.
Yeah, Jess, I love to grow in the winter because my lights usually, so my garage, like right now, with nothing on, would be 85, like 85, 90. So with the lights on, it's 90, 95, which is like, that's doable, but it's not comfortable for the plants. They aren't super happy. So like winter is my grow time. You know what I mean? I kind of slow down in the summer indoors because that's when everything's going outside and in greenhouses. And really, I don't even want to be in a greenhouse in the summer. I would rather just be outside or in some insect netting. Yeah. It's too hot in the greenhouse.
The point of the greenhouse is to protect it through those spring storms, and then you pull the top off and let them grow right through the top.
Yeah.
If anybody's seen Tyler Judah's, he overplanted his greenhouse and it started to get warm. And I told him just take that plastic off. And now they're wet. They're way outside the greenhouse frame. They're 4 foot out of it in all directions.
Well, you were over 100 there for a bit.
We made it to 100, so we're gonna have to do our Grow Fam TV giveaway. But
Awesome.
I wonder, we were talking about doing different stuff for the giveaways other than the hashtagging. What would be? Should we do a trivia?
I don't know any trivia.
You
I don't
guys
know what
want to do
that
a
is.
trivia question?
Don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean. I've never done that on a giveaway before. What do you got in mind?
I'll come up with a trivia question, something from maybe earlier in the show, and that'll benefit people who've watched more of the show, but you might just know the answer anyway. I've got a good trivia question for if people have been paying attention. And it's a hard one. Well, I know you're potheads, Sherry. So, okay. All right. I was going to say 3, but now I'm going to lower it to 2 because we're potheads. Come up. I want to, no, we got to keep it at 3. We got to keep it at 3. It has to be hard enough. All right. Name 3 benefits of THCV. You need 3 benefits of THCV.
I was going to say the first person to say 1.
No. We watched a video on it, and there's a whole lot of benefits to THCV. So if somebody can start remembering 3 of the benefits, William's got 1. You got to put up 3. Weight loss, inflammation, and energy. Jess got it.
Jess.
Yeah.
Let's
go, Jess.
Jess is smart. She's been paying attention. Congratulations, Jeff. Jess, you got the Master Rochi pre-roll and the Grow Fam
Fist
perma
bump on that
sticker.
one. That's some memory right there.
That is.
Man, that Nancy CBDV is giving me such a hassle. I had this CBDV auto project, and they were supposed to be half auto, and that's where they're half fast photo, half auto. It's where an auto-flower is crossed with a fast photo period, so like a recessive auto-flower. So I've been growing all of them, hunting for the autos, right? Half of them are supposed to be autos, half of them are supposed to be fast photos. So I've been
There's
growing
no
them,
autos in
them,
there.
and
There's
I've been throwing them away, just running through these. I started this in like May maybe. It's November now. I still have fast photos. None of them were auto, so I'm gonna have to self-pollinate it, reverse it on itself, and then they'll be semi-auto. So only a quarter of them will be auto, but it's pine.
Oh, I like this one too. I'm just going to pick another winner and give them a pack of the THCV because I had that down here. And it's going to be
Me grower.
Me Grower.
Me
So
grower.
Me Grower, how's he going to message me?
It's on
Because
YouTube.
it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube message. You're gonna have to get in your YouTube messages.
What are YouTube messages? I never heard of
Go
them
in your
before.
account. Do you have a YouTube account?
I do. We're streaming to it right now.
Okay, well you're gonna have to log in. We'll get on the Me Grower. You message.
Me Grower.
Comment.
What you need to do
I'll
is
pin your
go to the
comment. I'll help
website.
Nancy.
Go to the nancysown.com website. And the phone number on the website, text that you're Me Grower and that you're the winner tonight.
And nobody
If you
else
send it-
do that if you're not.
If
Me
you're not Me
Grower.
Grower, do not text that number and say you're the winner. I'm
Right.
going to verify you. You're
No, Me Grower message on YouTube.
I don't know how to
I'll
check
help
the
you.
message.
Don't worry about it. I'll help.
All right.
I'll help her check her messages later.
Okay.
Thanks for watching on YouTube.
Congratulations, Jess. All right.
And congratulations, Me. What was the hold on. I lost my here they are.
Oh, Me Grower. That's Adam Jones. He's on Facebook too.
That's Adam
Adam
Jones.
Jones?
All right, let me put him on here.
Adam Jones. You send a message.
Yes, Adam
I'm gonna
Jones.
text that number like I'm Me
Hit
Grower.
me up. It's It's Adam Jones, he says. Good. Thank you, Adam.
And Jess, you know the drill. I'll be
We have
sending
one
you.
more giveaway. We have one more giveaway.
Yep. I'll be sending you a message, Jess. You know the drill.
You can go chase him in there. I told you should go try that.
That tastes
He
really
came
good.
and by. Yeah, that sour papaya, the sour pea. Woo.
Al has the really good rosin.
Oh, that sounds
He's
good.
bougie as can be. When I met that boy, he would have smoked a roach off the sidewalk.
Delicious.
I'm not joking. He didn't have no weed. I sold him $5 worth of hash and gave him a chillum that you couldn't even suck through. Because I didn't have no weed, but I had a shit ton of hash. That was when I first started making bubble hash.
Thank you. This is all loaded up with resin already.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Anybody got any questions whatsoever? Questions?
You are. Have you done it?
We're gonna
Maybe
do one more.
after.
We're gonna do one more giveaway for the a pack of Ike breeds.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I've been
Thumbs. Well, maybe
talking about Ike breeds the last few weeks, and he brought me some packs to give away. Where are they?
Yum.
Where are they?
Gimme.
Did I put them over here? I did.
This
So,
is the mother
I've
of
got-
my puppies at my house. We had to separate her from the puppies so she can get spayed because they, can't make her produce milk.
I've got a pack of these Ike breeds, and this one is runts. I don't know if you
Oh
can read
boy.
it. They're Auto-Flower femmes. You slide it up, they're inside.
Oh, nice.
It's like 5 seeds in the pack. And what we're gonna do for the Ike breeds runts is we're gonna do pick a number between 1 and 200. Please try not to duplicate anybody else's number. A number between 1 and 200.
There you go.
Is this your number already, or is that
No.
your last one?
That was me.
Yep. There they go. Here come the numbers. Zing.
You'll have to remember your own number. I'll scroll back to your name, but I can't see them all.
Yeah. Awesome.
There's Adam Jones. Thank you. Thank you
There
for
we
the
go.
text.
Just enter once, Michael.
Yeah, just once. Just once. There's 99 people in here. It's between 1 and 200, Aaron. The max number is 200.
Are these like Price is Right rules, or are we re-rolling?
Yeah.
It's going to be the closest without going over. 222 is too many, Finnegan. 122 will work. Joe, you're taking them all 1 to 200? Or you're helping me out? You're helping me out.
Maybe we can consider that 199. That just absolute value.
Yeah, a number between 1 and 200. You're going to have to tell me if you think you're the winner, and we're going to scroll up and look and see.
Yeah.
But I'm not
No.
trying to memorize everybody's number here.
And we'll know if you put 2 numbers in.
Yeah, remember your number so you can tell me when we scroll up to see.
Or if you really want to change it, okay, you better make that very clear in the messages.
And if you edit your
Well, there's
comment,
98 people.
Don't
There's
know.
200 numbers. You can do 2.
Get your last
2
edits
numbers
in, okay?
You can do 2. So
Clock's ticking for your edits. Final answers. All right.
how many people have 151? 3 people already have 151.
Yeah, first First come, first serve.
5 and 58, Pat says. I told him pick two.
58.
Yeah, I told him pick two numbers. There's 200 numbers on the thing. There's 100 people. That way, if somebody else took your number, you still have a chance at somebody else not taking your other number. I don't know.
Everybody.
Hey, this is trial by fire here, everybody.
It is. This is called smoke and find out.
Yeah.
This is not the learn and burn. This is the smoke and find out. Smoke around and find out is what it is.
Stoner rules.
Yeah, stoner rules. All right. Does everybody got numbers up in there?
You better. Because can't wait all day.
There it
It's
is.
this thing. I played with it earlier. Yeah, there's no science to this one, Pam.
No more numbers now that we've shown it.
Right. Now I'm going to hit start, and we're going to let Locomotive hit stop.
Okay.
There
When
you
he's
go.
ready. You can let it run for a minute.
All right,
people-
Steve-O,
let
tell me
people
when.
see their numbers.
Let's do a 5 count. 4,
Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1. Hit it.
138.
138. Did we see anybody with 138, or does anybody claim to have put 138?
Well, Sheena's 133 without going over, so she's the closest I've seen so far. So 133.
Here, let me control F. Let me control F on this. Hold on.
Oh, we got 135 from Aaron Dorsch.
Without
Here, let me
going,
see
oh,
this.
135. That's
Yeah,
close.
so far, I think he's the closest.
Yeah, 135 is the closest. I searched. There's no 136, 137, or 138. 135 is the
Oh.
winner.
Control
that?
F.
So smart.
There it is. Aaron
Nice.
Dorsch. Congratulations, bro.
Nice, Aaron. Let me write your name down, dude.
Steve-O, could you what Aaron who?
Dorsch. DORSC.
We should scroll back down to the latest.
It's up
chat.
there.
Let me get you.
He put it in the corner.
I'm gonna get you back to the latest chat.
It's up on the screen. Him.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah, he put
Good
it right
job,
here in the
buddy.
corner.
Chuck. Congratulations, Chuck.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't see it, Chuck.
Yay, there's all our awesome winners.
Chuck says he put 136. I didn't see that.
Okay, let me see.
Well, he's
I searched for
searching it.
136, but maybe the chat. Oh,
Oh, there.
well, I
there
see
is
this
one now.
latest one, but maybe we got to scroll up. Oh, maybe there's more messages to scroll up on. Let me see. Look, I'm not seeing it. Whereas I see the 130. When I search 135, I get one hit. When I search 136, I'm getting 0. And you just said 136. So it's not.
Let's just scroll up to the beginning of the numbers and we'll scroll down.
Oh,
through it.
Chuck did say 136 at 710. Look right there. Boom.
All right, there it is then. And he was before.
Sorry, Aaron.
Man.
Hey,
Hey, Aaron.
Woo, snatched. But
Yeah, there it is.
Snap
Fair is
from
fair.
the jar.
sorry. Ooh, wish we had a consolation prize there, but the rules, buddy.
Good luck, Chuck.
All right.
Good for sticking up for yourself, Chuck. I was like, Chuck, no, I searched, buddy. But
Yeah,
you
we
know
told
what?
him to tell us. So, yeah,
Yeah, nobody's gonna lie.
Maybe the search didn't work.
for sure.
I thought that was gonna be the coolest thing that you did, and no, it didn't work.
Okay, I don't
Didn't
even know
work.
that the search is actually sound, you know?
It might
So-
not be. It might only go through a certain section. All right, the board is updated.
All right.
There we go.
Congratulations to all the winners.
Congratulations. That's a wrap. The giveaways are gone.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about some of the next rounds to do, but maybe we can talk about that after. I don't know if we got to wrap it up. But
We're
the
at
different
717.
terpenes, the different flavors we want to go, and then the different photo periods in those groups.
I figure when this group here is done, we can move that tent to the garage. And even if it's still a little warm, I can get one of those roll around air conditioners for it.
Yeah.
It's just as long as it's not 200 degrees, a little AC.
It'd be
will
better
help.
to use like a portable AC in the bigger 10x10.
Yeah. out in
And
the
then
garage.
just have like freestanding lights in there. Something.
Oh, yeah. For there. Yeah. Yeah. I've got one of those backdrop holders with a big long pole. It's real sturdy. I can hang lights on. I've hung that Gavita on it with LEDs. So it'll hold lights.
Nice. Well, so that pine I was mentioning earlier, it's a fast photo. I'm gonna have it pollinate itself, some other CBDV crosses, and then another pine or all gas OG actually,
Yeah.
and Auto-Flower. So we'll get some semi-autos, we'll get some half autos. So the pine group is going because we need pine. I don't have any pine, you know. I also have Crip Christmas in the pine group that is like almost too piney. It's really good. So
What
there's
is our
pine,
best
but-
grape auto currently, in your opinion? Here's my opinion.
Yeah, the Windu Dosey Dub.
Oh yeah.
She's a real nice
The Windu
girl.
Dosey Dub has that like the berries from the special reserve in there.
And this
and
is
then it
going to be the
has,
end of it too. That
Grape
all these,
Dosey and double
this is
grape in
it.
it.
I'm about to make up the last packages of
I was
it.
gonna say a grape Dosey or a double grape, but that has grape Dosey, double
Has
grape,
both.
and the special reserve.
Got the best of all
berries.
worlds.
And that those berries are like a real interesting berry. It's not just like sugar sweet or generic. It's like a kind of sour, tangy fruit, kind of like berries or like currants or something. You know, kind of sourish blueberry, which gives it a nice grapey feel when it's combined with the blueberries and grapes go well together. Is all I'm trying to say.
So limonene is probably the largest terpene in that, I'm guessing.
Honestly, probably myrcene.
Myrcene.
Limonene, an alternate one. It has a little bit of limonene, but I'm trying to think of just the generic sweet, kind of fruity terp.
It's got that neurolidol, and that is kind of a.
Mineral. Oh, okay.
It's got sesquiterpenes, so that it holds.
Well, neurolidol is more the garlic. I mean, there might be.
Man, some real fruity ones. This one's dominant terpene is neurolidol. I keep buying it over and over. Its name is Sun Cake.
Hmm.
I gotta see because Garlilox comes out with that neurolidol a lot, and it's just like pure garlic. And neurolidol itself is like a garlic.
It depends on what you mix it with. If you mix it with limonene or myrcene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, myrcene's one of my favorite terpenes for sure. For the medical benefits that it gives me, you know, it's relaxing and sedating at the same time, you know. So I like that in a good indica, especially.
Rose wants to know about Dr. Manhattan.
Oh,
that's ultimately a night owl to Garlilox cross, right? So that's Wizard's Apprentice or no, Cosmic Apprentice. It's Cosmic Apprentice, which is a Wizard's Apprentice. Wizard's Apprentice is like one of Night Owl's IBL lines that you'll see in a lot of stuff, and it's very frosty. It's very big. I mean, I love Night Owl. Night Owl is like very popular for a reason. I love the Cosmic Apprentice. Large, frosty. It did have kind of just that like sweet and sour terp profile, but wonderful, huge plants that were super frosty. Very large for autos, like Night Owl kills it. Crossed over to the Garlilox, which is that GMO auto IBL, which is another really large plant, really frosty and very garlicky. So you're going to have a range from like sweet to garlic, and you'll have fully garlic plants and some fully sweet plants. Like there's going to be some of each. So, and then ultimately we've done.
And I'm hearing from customers that there's some gas, some chem in there too. In some of those garlic logs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's
Yeah.
some of those are turning out real.
It's not just garlic. It's garlic, gas, fuels.
Yeah.
Not really skunk, but like a little bit of skunk, or maybe some pine. But it's definitely pine is one of the lower minor ones.
Mm-hmm.
But we've put a lot of generations into Garlilox now. I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 at this point. One of my favorites, and it's ultimately, we've put a lot of work into it, but it's ultimately a cross of Night Owl and Atlas Seed Company. So 2 of the top.
I gotta laugh
breeders.
here now. Chuck, just send me a message, please. Just send me a message, and I'll give you a code to go over to the website. Oh no, Chuck, you won the Ike breeds. So yeah, I'll give you a code to go over to the website and get a lighter leash, and I'll throw them in with your lighter leash.
Boom.
And I'll give you a free code to go pick up a lighter leash.
That stopwatch Garlilox can get really big, dude. It can get big. I hope it's big, and it can get dark as well on both sides of that family.
Yeah.
There's some purples and
The
darkness
Garlilox
in
glitter
there.
was a beautiful pink.
Oh, yeah, I love
purple. Yeah.
And that glitter too, that had a little bit of anvil in it.
Yeah,
cropped to
that's what made it
Alien
kind of
Moonrox
pinky
from-
purple.
from Twisted Tree Auto-Flowers.
I love mini splits, Aaron. I'm a yes and a yes on the mini splits.
Yeah, because like let's say you're using a portable AC, you still have to push the air out, right? So that can be hard in a garage if you don't have windows. And a mini split is good for, just putting a small hole through the wall for your copper piping.
Yeah, I just saw a video today. A guy, a farmer, was installing one, and it looked very simple. They make the directions so easy. They give you templates.
And they're wonderful to have, man. You set it
Yeah.
and forget it on that mini split. It's nice.
Yeah, my friend Joe has one.
Congratulations, Sean. It's 2 foot tall at 30 days old. All right, so keep raising the lights and be prepared to support those big giant buds for sure. I do have another pack of these runts, and we'll give them away next Saturday.
Yeah. They get another chance, Adam.
John wants to know what's the largest in the approximate size.
So I'm going to go, so these are all large, but I'm going to go from smaller large to largest. So like probably third or fourth largest are those ones you see with rum. Because those rums are going to have blackstrap in them, which Anvil and Special Reserve cookies are some of the largest. So the rums, I don't know if you have rum Dosey Dub in stock, or there's lots of rums though. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah, I think that
blackstrap is one of my favorite, very large ones. So if you see a rum, those are going to be very large. Garlilox itself is
we have
larger.
We have orange rum Dosey Dub, and it's giant in that tin. It went whoop! It flew up.
The orange portal is another really big one. That's a greenhouse lover. They can get very large. But the approximate size, it just depends on how much light and if you're growing them perfectly. If you're growing them perfectly and in a greenhouse, we're getting like 8 foot. And
yeah, here in the house, I look them in the eye. They look me in the eye.
And even we're growing a lot of other breeders' stuff too. And even the smallest ones are 4.5 feet. Yeah. And it's like between 4.5 and 8. So it just depends.
Yeah, you can end up with 6 foot monsters with baseball bats if you do too good, and then you start running into drying issues and
but if you're chilling them out,
domino issues, they start falling over.
You're watering them less, or you have a lower light, or you're trying to keep it cool or something. In cocoa, mostly cocoa perlite. But in
auto-watering
organic soil
is a
and dude, True Living can get taller. it's even better.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot more work, a lot bigger pot sizes, or you have to have beds. But I mean, true living outside in
When
a,
I could, but
dude, the
when I
ones
couldn't
in the
afford the
compost.
beds, I couldn't afford soil. I used hay bales. They were huge. Did you ever get
We
those?
should try those hay
Did
bales.
you ever
out
get to see
again.
the hay bale ground?
Just
Man,
just pictures.
man, the hay bales got huge. We had to take the roof off on those.
But the compost pile plants were like 16
Humongous.
feet
Yes,
tall.
yes.
And we didn't do anything.
No, didn't even
Like,
water them.
Well, okay. I cheated a few times and gave them like some hose water.
When it was dry.
Yeah, when it was super dry, like 4 or 5 times, you know. But other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
Hey,
And that was like huge.
The
Have
one
you-
that, yeah,
Oh,
the
go
one
ahead.
outside the grow at Okima, the building there, the one that was in that dog cage, it was 25 pounds. It was probably
Shit.
12 foot tall and 10 foot wide.
Trim jail.
And it was a Durban poison. I still have some of that left.
Wow. What is
I'm
the
not gonna
name
make
of
hash
the
from that.
what is the name of the poison cross you got now?
It's the Auto Double Durban,
Auto double Durban.
THCV.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting then.
You
Absolutely.
should try autos. They're a little different. They go a little faster. Be ready. Start
Yep.
in a big pot. Go fast.
Yeah.
Feed early. Feed often.
That's what I'm doing next. This is going to be a full auto run on my indoor.
The Jedi hustles can get real tall. But you know, if you keep them in a smaller pot and overwater them a little bit, they'll stay a reasonable size for a home grower. But man, if you treat them too good, they'll outgrow your house.
Dang.
That Garlilock's 585 grams, was 4 foot wide and 4 foot tall. It was just a snowball of bud.
Yeah.
But it's not the quickest to harvest.
No, the
Garlic
bigger
is more
plants
like
take
an
longer.
80, at least an 80, 90 day, 80 to 100, really, probably. So the deal is you can still flip an auto. So if you want it to start flowering, you can go from, say, 20 or 24 hours of light to like 18 or 16 or 14 or 12. So if you really want to flip it faster, put it on 12-12 or 14 or 16. You don't have to go to 12-12. But if you want to flower it faster, just flip it and it'll flower just like normal.
Oh, I bet she means dream bean.
Yeah,
What's the
dream bean
shortest to
crosses?
harvest, would I say? The double grape crosses are the shortest to harvest. She has her Jedi hustle on a 7-gallon. The rest are in 3 gallons. Yeah, it'll hustle. You're gonna get some hustle out of it then. I think you mean dream beans crosses, Rose. And those are the Foster's Funk so far. We're waiting to get more dream beans to incorporate them in and do more crosses. But we have
too much fucking frost.
too much fucking frost. The TMFF, and then they were with the grapefruit glue, and the TMFF crossed with the blue Kong bear, and the TMFF with the space one. I've already forgotten the name of the space one.
Gotta ask Foster.
Yeah, I know. Or dream beans. Yeah.
Well, Nancy, I've got company showing up. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much for being here tonight, Steve-O.
Oh, I appreciate it a lot. And Locomotive Man, you're a fucking encyclopedia, brother. I mean, I'm out of my league on this screen right now.
Yeah, people think I'm smart, and I'm like, I'm not smart. I got smart friends, though. You want to meet some?
No, I'm still learning. We're all still learning, right?
Always got to have something more to learn.
Thanks for the teaching. We really appreciate it. And congratulations to all the winners tonight. And, we'll be seeing you again soon.
Yes, thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, we're probably going to wrap it up here anyway. We've done all our giveaways. Yeah, we're
what
gonna keep
flavors
working.
do you guys want bread? What
we
flavors?
need to do the
What fruit or vegetable or herb or let's see, what sorts of things.
You should
do
read the
you want
groups that you
bread?
sent me. Read the groups and
Well, I know what I want bread, kind of. So we got the Pines going, but dude, it's gonna be fast photos, semi-autos, and half autos. I have a Pine Tar Dooliga, which is Australian Bastard Cannabis. Sorry, it's a photo period Australian Bastard Cannabis. They have really big leaves. It's Pine Tar Dooliga, so Pine Tar Kush crossed over to not Australian Bastard Cannabis, but Dooliga, which is like many more generations down. Like it's crossed with I think like Feral Jelly or something, and the Feral Jelly is Subterfuge with mint jelly or whatever from Humboldt Seed Company, which is actually like really frosty, really nice.
So I've seen strawberry, pineapple, raspberry.
I only have 2 or 3 raspberries. Strawberry for sure. Nasty Stinky Gas Death is next. So we're working on, I'm always looking for more Nasty Stinky. We're working on pineapple. It's in the chute. We got some good stuff for pineapple.
Yeah.
Good stuff for strawberry. I really just want the FX3, which is a strawberry. It's a really good strawberry from like Soulfire Gardens. I think my friend was telling me he has this cut. It's one of his favorite things. So strawberry, and then all of our strawberry work from before.
Don't worry, Rose. Go back and rewatch though. In the beginning, there's some really cool videos we did.
Banana, good group. That's a good group coming up. We have some good banana stuff coming up. Chocolate, the Choco Chem Latte Garly Locks. I forget what we were calling that. Choco Chem Latte Garly Locks. It was Chocomo something.
Like
I forget
Choco
what it was
Chem
called.
G.
But it was really chocolate. The Choco Chem Latte really came through in that one. And I like Choco Chem Latte. It's a good one. Chocolate strawberry.
Kiwi.
We don't have a chocolate strawberry, but that's like 2 or 3 years down. We got to do the chocolate and the
then
strawberry.
do the strawberry and then cross them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That takes years and years. But we've had one.
Got like 2 raspberries.
1 year down.
2 or 3. No kiwi. I actually have no kiwi. We need to add kiwi to the
Peanut butter and chocolate, Anne said.
chocolate and orange. So
Chocolate
like
and orange.
chocolate, we got to do chocolate. But chocolate,
I've been told we already have one.
I only have like 2 or 3
the
chocolates.
It's the rum dosey dub. They said it tastes like that orange you get at Christmas time that you break open on the coffee table.
I haven't gotten orange. I mean chocolate from the rum, the blackstrap, the dosey, the grape dosey, or the dub, the double grape. So like I don't know. And from the rum dosey, I never got chocolate from those. So I don't know. Finding some rare stuff out there. Peanut butter is another group. We have a little peanut butter group. Terpenylene, man, that's like the top of my list for what I want and the bottom of our list for what we have. There's so many things called skunk, and I really think the way to go is like a Jack. Hey, like a cleaning terp Jack Herrera. Sorry. We have some Jack the Ripper for my Regenetics.
Jack the Ripper.
Cleaner terpenylene.
I like to go for terpenes. I don't care what it's called or where it came from or who got it. I don't really care how much THC it has. I like to have more cannabinoids and terpenes added. I like to Heinz 57 and just when you get the testing back, there's all these empty boxes and I want to fill them all. It's an OCD thing.
Oh, Steven. Pomegranates, that's another rare one, and starfruit. Okay, so we got some feedback. We can bump stuff up and down in the list. We could share the screen of the list. It might be kind of hard to read. It's kind of small.
It would be if they're not watching on YouTube on their TV. It'd be really hard.
But
yeah, the entourage effect, me grower, definitely. Or Adam, the entourage effect is It's keys to a lock, and the more locks you can unlock at one time,
the more keys.
I'm feeling like the more keys you have, the more combinations you can make to make keys, the more terpenes and cannabinoids it has, the more chance it has to help.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a perfect analogy. You have these receptors, the cannabinoid receptors, that have surfaces molecularly.
Well,
that the cannabinoid is a
that's
key.
the testing on like the super silver harlequin haze fills almost every box on testing. And the same with the Titanic 3 Bears fills a whole bunch of boxes. It's like 3 or 4 empty boxes in the terpene column, and I was really happy with those. I like the Heinz 57s, but zeroing in on one terpene and like making the orange taste like orange, I think that's really important. Really important. Definitely.
Watermelon.
A watermelon.
I have like 1 or 2 watermelons, and I maybe know of 1 or 2. You know, like I know Humboldt Seed Company has some good melons, but I gotta look around for more melons beyond that.
Yeah, it's probably going to get loud because the guy's here to cut the grass. So we're going to cut this off just a few minutes early tonight. But I have to get ready for a trip. Don't forget that the BOGO sale is on till tomorrow at midnight. If you use the code BOGOME, BOGOME, all one word. BOGOME. Chocolate covered cherries.
Cherries is another good group, dude. I want to do cherry soon. But
Cherries getting bumped up probably.
Chocolate's definitely getting bumped up.
Oh,
We
I'm
gotta
sorry,
start getting
Donnie. Go back and
chocolate.
rewatch. There's a bunch of really good info on this one and some videos that'll blow your mind. But thank you all for watching tonight. I really appreciate having you guys in here. We are on GrowFam every week on GrowFam TV, on YouTube, on my page, on Grow420 Meds, on my YouTube page. Looks like we're on X. Looks like we might be on Rumble. So check us out on all the different platforms and have a great night.